Getting organized seems so simple, but there really is a process and an art to it. Same with the internal world. So let's say your closet is just jumbled up and you've never really been taught or learned a process to clean the closet. You just use it as a place where you just shove stuff. And I've been in situations where somebody was moving and I was like, hey, let me take care of this. And for them, they didn't even want to approach it. I opened the closet and stuff was just pouring out, just crammed in there, shoes, paperwork, boxes, just everything that somebody might accumulate and just shove away when they don't really have an organization system. And it was just chaos. And I got in and I just started pulling stuff out. It was like trash, keep, in the box, put this in the right spot. And just as I was pulling it out, I was doing a triage, like what needs to go where. And it wasn't that hard. I got in there and just hammered it out. But it was me doing it. It wasn't the person that had the closet. Because if they got in there, they have all of these tethers tied to the past of like, oh, let me look over this. Should I keep this? Oh, I can't get rid of that. And just all these attachments to the stuff and not a process to detach and organize it. It's like the same with our inner world. And this is what I view it as. So I check it out like, let's take RTM for instance. I was doing this RTM therapy, or somebody was doing it with me, and they had me take all my life memories and like fast forward them and rewind them. And I'd gone in there and built this theater projector and then like the big room, the projection room, and then I could see down onto the big screen down there. And then they had me visualize a person sitting in the theater down there. And I was in charge of the reel up here in like the box office or the projector room. And so it's like, all right, then we had to like pull up all my life memories and like fast forward them and rewind them really quick because the subconscious is pretty cool. But it was like quickly getting my whole life organized and filed away. Because one of the things he said was like, you're going to have so much clarity when you leave and your brain's going to be so clear. And it was. But here's what was going on with that RTM. And this is after several years of like really crunching and munching and like going in and doing the internal work and analyzing it. Me being in the projector room was basically that's my subconscious. And then there was a box built and then separated from this other version of me. So there was there's this other version of you that your actual consciousness is not leading, but it's like there's this other, like an altar of you almost in there that we're looking and viewing and changing your perspective on your life. And yes, I had this great organization and clarity, but I didn't go in and I didn't do the work internally and organize my internal system on my own. Well, I mean, my goodness, it's like somebody else came along and like helped me organize my stuff. I'm like, all right, here, cool. But here's where the thing is, like, you still go back to your closet. And the person that I clean their closet for, they still have a closet. And I taught them nothing about organizing the closet. I was taught nothing with RTM of like organizing my mind. Like, how do I organize it? Where do I put memories? How do I access them? How do I view them? So that way, as more memories come along, like I can just be more organized in how I view them and how I stow them away. Same with the closet. It's like I didn't teach like, hey, hang clothes up every time. Put your shoes down here. Don't put paperwork and documents like crammed into your closet. Put those in their own area. Hang up these items. Put some little pegs up here. And there was no system taught and there was no process for it as you go along. So I learned like with RTM therapy, my stuff still came back up. I wasn't in charge of it. So a third person came up and was like, hey, do this. So like if you're going to go in and organize your closet, you need to be doing it on your own. Just go ahead and like pull everything out. You're going to be by yourself because how many people want to hang out with you while you clean your closet? And once you pull everything out, start making piles. What can go, what needs to be kept, what you're not sure about. Clothes over here, shoes over here, odds and ends. And get it all sorted. Alikes go together. It's pretty easy. Then, once you have everything organized out, get rid of stuff that you do not need. If you haven't used it in a year or two and you can buy it again, trash it. Get rid of it, donate it, whatever. Clear it out. It's stuff. Here's the thing about this day and age. If you have something in your closet, there's probably a million or billion more of those that are being created, have been created, and that are in existence, and you can get another one. Promise you. Unless it's like some handmade thing that's super unique. So you throw away the stuff that needs to be thrown away. You hang up the clothes. And then as you move on, you put the shoes in there too. As you move on, you have a system. You're like, okay, every time that I hang a shirt up, I hang it up this way, button it up, and hang it up. I no longer put any paperwork in the closet. I have a new place designated for this. Every time I put my shoes up, I don't throw them in there. I neatly place them beside each other and set them in there. And then you start being disciplined about doing this every time. So that keeps your closet long term, just for the rest of your life. You know, you can choose this as a discipline that I've chosen to use consistently and implement. And then there's a huge difference between somebody else organizing your closet and then you doing it. So just like your mind, like I had to go in and I created the character trigger and then my internal library. And I figured out how to take these old memories and put my new identity in them and then change the coding of like what emotions are activated. Like, how do I file this away? Also, like there's a visualization I use of closing the book up in the story and putting it away. And my brain has started doing that automatically when I pull up a memory from the past that's painful. And then I go through my process in the middle library of recoding that memory and then put it away. It's like, cool. And I've now taken control of my mind and I've set up processes on also how I'm creating a new memory. I go into the middle library, lay out the sheet of paper, set up the identity, do the breath work, and then I go into this, and there's several other steps in there, but I go into there like this is where this new memory is going to get stored away at. So that way in real time, if it's something pretty rough that could turn into a memory that keeps coming back up, it's already filed away, squared away. So for the internal world, we have to do it ourselves because it's your subconscious in there. Somebody coming along and doing it for you feels good for a little while and it will last for a little while. But then you got to realize like, I have to do the work. I have to set up the processes. I have to organize it. I must continue this because what that phrase, if you feed a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for the rest of his life. And women also. Not to offend anybody, men and women fishing. The same with internal organization. Teach somebody to organize their internal world, how to deal with the old stuff, how to deal with the new stuff, and then they have processes for a long time. And this gets into breaking cycles of that chaos that's inside of us, the parts of us that are just like, that we don't show anybody. Then a lot of people hide that stuff and they mask and they can only keep that up for so long. But that is part of who you are. And like when you're cleaning out your closet, you got to pull that stuff out and sit with it and then dig in and be like, why do I act this way? How do I want to act? Then you create a plan. You have to sit with that and really analyze it. You can't just ignore it and push it away. Okay, I hope you like this. I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. If you have questions, I built this program out. I can guide you through it if you want to know more. If you don't, cool beans. And that's it. Roadhouse, spiritual hard.